Welcome back. I hope you're doing great. As a part of this video, we'll understand consistency as a part of the ACID properties. So when you say consistency, are you thinking about being consistent in yoga? No, we aren't discussing about that. We are discussing about consistency as a part of the ACID properties. We are talking about integrity constraints must be maintained so that database is consistent before the transaction and after the transaction. So in a way, it refers to the correctness of the database after the transaction is done. Let us take an example and understand this. In this example, if you have seen our previous video about the atomicity, we took the same example. So if you see, the person who is transferring $100 has $500 in his account, and the person who is receiving the $100 has $200 in his account. So if you see, this is the status before the transaction. So after he transfers $100 to the person Y, there is a reduction in $100, and the amount which is there in the person who is transferring is $400, and who is receiving will be added $100 more, and it will become $300. So now if you see, the total before the transaction between these two accounts is $700. Total after the transaction between these two accounts is $700. This is what is the consistency we are talking about. This is one of the example of the consistency. Inconsistency happens if T1 gets complete and T2 is not complete. Then inconsistency happens, right? So after T1, like this becomes $400 and it is still $200. The total is $600 after the transaction, but before the transaction it is $700. So just to summarize, consistency refers to the correctness of the database, wherein database should be consistent before the transaction and after the transaction as well. Wonderful. We understood what is consistency. As a part of the next video, we'll understand what is isolation. Thank you.